So the April Spotlight final Lightning cards have been released in MLB The Show 25. This was a pretty big Tuesday content update, and there were some surprises. There's a lot of new stuff today, a lot of things to discuss. Some things are going to be controversial, some things are going to be less controversial. Some good, some bad, but overall we have the first Lightning cards of the year. So let's get into it. You can obviously see some of the cards I'm going to bring up later in this video on the screen. But as always, let's start with the calendar. So today is May 6th. We got the April Lightning card, which is Corbin Carroll. We got the April Retro Lightning card, which is a sick Carlos Santana card. We got April Spotlight, so we got the final program, and it is not like the typical programs. There are a lot of cards in that program, which is great. There's an event. The events are kind of pointless now. There's a conquest map to earn a Lightning conquest map to earn more rewards. I wonder if there's a pack in there. I hope there is. And then double XP ends this Friday. This Friday is another reset to ranked seasons with the new weekend classic. There's the third inning, so we're going to be getting that, which obviously means more cornerstone evolutions. And then a May Spotlight is going to start on Friday as well. So first, let's take a look at the program because I want to show you guys how the final program works. It is much longer than the previous programs. If we go to the Spotlight, it goes to 50 points. Now it goes to 100 points. Now I will say the points don't really matter. It's just how much work you have to do. This is definitely much more work, I would say. And, it makes sense because you're getting more cards. So there are two Tops Now cards, or there's one Tops Now card. No, yeah, I'm blind. There's two Tops Now cards. And there's 4 free Spotlight cards, so you're going to need all 4 of these guys for that Corbin Carroll collection. The Corbin Carroll is for the program awards, and the Carlos Santana is for the pack rewards. There are a lot of players in packs. A lot. So that's going to make that Carlos Santana really expensive, and we'll get into that later. But there are 2 Spotlight packs for this drop. So it's kind of the same. In previous ones, there were 2 cards. There were 2 Spotlight cards in one pack. And obviously these packs don't guarantee a Spotlight card. They guarantee you minimum a Tops Now card. This one, there are 5 cards and there are 2 packs. So it's going to be a little more challenging. It's going to be more expensive, of course. But, my controller's dead. But yeah, this is really interesting that they're adding 5 more cards to this collection. I just realized I was using the wrong thing in OBS and my face cam was on the left. It doesn't really make a difference at all. But regardless, if we go through this program, let's go through the cards. So the final reward is this Wyatt Langford, which is really bad for a final reward, in my opinion. 77, 70, 70, 88 for his hitting stats with 92 clutch. Obviously, he's great defensively, has maxed out speed, but this is the final reward for the offline program. It's just not that good. Now, the other cards are pretty good, like this Pete Alonso. This Pete Alonso is a great hitting first baseman, 82-90 contact, 95-103 power with 101 clutch. I feel like everybody's going to have this card in their lineup if they don't have Gil Hodges. Of course, I have Gil Hodges, but he might go on my bench, but most people do not have Gil Hodges. So this is a really good free first baseman, so I'll give him credit for that. Moving down the line, we have Luke Weaver for my Yankees. This is an elite closer, maxed out hits per 9 and pitching clutch. 87 Ks per 9 is a little low, but it's good enough for this stage of the game. 4-seam circle change, cutter, slider, knuckle curve, so he's a good pitch mix, good speed differentials. Maybe not the change in slider, but besides that, he has good velocity too, throws 96, 97. Control is okay, break is pretty good on the fastball and the cutter. This is a really good card. The Brendan Donovan, this isn't amazing. I mean, he is maxed out contact right. Everything else is pretty bad offensively. He does have great defensive flexibility too. Can play first, second, third, short, left, and right for this year when defensive, flexibility is at an all-time low with good defensive stats. Moving to the Tops Now cards, we have Agustin Ramirez, all around pretty balanced hitting catcher. Doesn't do anything amazing, but doesn't do anything horrible. Defense is okay. Speed is actually pretty good for a catcher. And then Luke Keeschel, I don't know if I said that right. Good contact versus righties, good clutch. Okay defense, really good speed, can play second, third, and center. If we look at the program, there of course are moments 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the moments will get you 21 points. So it'll get you these 2 tops now cards. After the moments, drop 5 missions. You could get PXP with all of the with the new tops now cards, the spotlight cards from the program, and the Reese Hoskins from last week. There's a ton of stat missions here. There's optional pack collections as always. The lightning collect, that's kind of just whatever. Optional extreme moment. You can get 30 points if you hit 4 home runs in one game with the new Eugenio Suarez, which I'm going to show you guys later in the collection. It's on All-Star. It's not on Hall of Fame. So it's not impossible. It's definitely not easy, but it's not impossible. It'll get you 30 points, which is a lot. I'm probably going to try this. If I'm just sitting there for like 20 minutes, I'll probably just give up. But yeah, not like a doable moment. Definitely very difficult though. But this is clearly going to be a much bigger grind than the previous Spotlight programs. And I kind of like it. You know, you're getting all these cards. This is the last program into the Lightning card. You know, I feel like I should be able to earn it, really. And I think that you do in this program. Now, moving over to the Spotlight Series collections. Let's start with the April Lightning. And that is this 92 Corbin Carroll. So you need 5 cards. You need the 4 final rewards, and then you're going to need the Wyatt Langford that just came out today. He hasn't appeared because no one's discovered him yet, which is kind of crazy because they're like boosts for the collections. I guess it's not for the whole program, but regardless. Taking a look at this Corbin Carroll, I gotta say, does he wow me? Is he amazing? No. Is he like, oh my god, this is terrible? No. He's decent. He's like right in the middle, you know, 100 contact versus right, 90 contact versus left, 96 power versus right, 65 power versus left. You know, he will bring you value offensively across the board, even against lefties, even without power. 90 clutch hurts him for the contact versus righties, but for lefties, it's the same. Defensively, pretty good. You know, 83 fielding, 83 reaction. The arm isn't amazing. The speed is elite. But this card doesn't really wow me. You know, like, I don't know if I'm going to start this card. Obviously, I have the best cards in the game, so my point of view is different. He's going to be a great card on a lot of people's teams, but it doesn't, like, I don't know. It doesn't excite me, like, a lot. But just for all the work, I feel like we could have gotten a little better of a card, but overall, it's not terrible. I think it's pretty good. Now, moving to the Spotlight collection for the Retro Lightning player. This is going to be an interesting topic of debate. They added 5 players to this collection. These 8 cards are already super expensive. Yeah, I mean, these cards are already insanely expensive, and I got all of them for the Scott Rowland collection. And now they're adding 5 more cards that came out today. It's interesting. Let me go over the rewards first. So first, you will get this 91 Eugenio Suarez that I was talking about earlier at 10. So you can skip 3 and get Eugenio Suarez. This card is very good. 115, 103 power. Very good. The contact is good enough, being in the 80s. Same with the clutch. Defense, he's pretty good as well. He can only play third, though. So, I mean, I have Scott Rowland, you know. Anyway, I'm going to shut up. This is a great card. PCI is going to be a little small, but if you can deal with it, especially with that vision, if you're good at the game and you can deal with it, this card will be good. Collect 13. So you're going to need all of them for this Carlos Santana. And look, this Carlos Santana, just looking at this card, all right, let's just not even factor the collection. This card alone is amazing. This is the best catcher in the game. Not even close. This card is great. 99 125 contact, 81 105 power, 116 clutch. This card is a switch hitting catcher who destroys lefties, is good enough against righties. His clutch will help him against righties. His defense isn't phenomenal, but it meets silver. He can play catcher and first. This card alone is the best catcher in the game and is a huge win. But this collection is unbelievably expensive. It's crazy. It really is. Because they added these 5 guys, and look, I know the content just came out, and more people are going to be getting these cards, so these cards should crash in price. more people are going to be getting these cards when they complete the program. Nobody's completed the program because even if you buy all them and do the collection, you don't make it to the pack yet. So nobody has accessed the packs in the program. So by the time this video is out, these cards will probably be much cheaper. But even regardless, these 5 cards are going to be really expensive. I mean, Munoz is 85, Cruz is 89, 52, 71, and 41. These guys are all going to go down a lot, you know, of course, when people complete the program, but they're still going to be very expensive. This collection is going to be so many stubs, and I would advise you guys to only do this if you already have Beltran and Roland. It's just the truth. I'm only going to do it because I have them done and I want this card. That's pretty much it. So now that we've discussed the actual collection, let me actually go over these cards. So we have an Andres Munoz. I mean, this card is insane. Slider 4-seam, sinker, circle change, outlier on the 4-seam, you know, maxed out hits per 9 and clutch, 101 Ks per 9. This card is unbelievable. O'Neill Cruz destroys righties, trash versus lefties. Good or decent clutch, good arm, good reaction, amazing speed. Pavin Smith, kind of an identical card to O'Neill Cruz, but with bad defense. Matthew Liberator, not amazing. I mean, per 9s are pretty bad. The clutch is 70. That's really bad. The pitch mix and the control are good. The velocity is pretty solid too. No outlier. But the per 9s kind of ruined that card. Noel V. Marte crushes righties. Meh against lefties. Good clutch. Okay. Or not even okay defense. Pretty bad defense. Good speed. And then there were 2 Tops Now cards. This Max Mayer. He's got nice hits per 9. The clutch helps him though. Good pitch mix. Controls meh. Break is pretty good. And then JC Escara from the Yankees. You know, I mean, these Tops Now cards are decent. They're not gonna wow you. And then lastly, we had a new headliner as well. This Troy Glaus, great against lefties, okay against righties, good clutch, good defense, third and short. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the collection in the comments. I think that Carlos Santana is an amazing card, but it's so many stubs. I'm going to eventually do it. Probably not today. I want to wait until the prices go down. Hopefully I can pull 1 of them or 2 of them in those packs. But yeah, maybe they do like a flash sale or some sort of thing like that today. But regardless, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys are new here, follow me on all my social medias, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. But most importantly, make sure you subscribe right here on YouTube. So yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace.